Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this webinar organized by Anderson College and the Colombian Association of Universities, ASCUN, to introduce you to a new partnership we have made to offer language excellence programs, English and French, for your academic community. On 2019, in Bogota, Colombia, Languages Canada and ASCUN signed a letter of intent with the purpose of promoting and strengthening language learning as a fundamental component of the internationalization of higher education, academic cooperation, and the quality of teaching in and between Canada and Colombia. Anderson College is a member of Languages Canada and is recognized and authorized by EduCanada and the Council of Ministers of Education Canada. Anderson College is accredited for English languages program with Languages Canada and for health, business, and technology diploma programs with the Ministry of Colleges and Universities in Ontario. This alliance is the result of ASCUN's participation with the Colombian delegation in the CBIE 2021 virtual fair. On behalf of our Executive Director, Oscar Dominguez Gonzalez, and our International Relations Coordinator, Luisa Villamizar, I want to thank Magali Buffet, Education Trade Commissioner at Embassy of Canada, and Rachel Lindsay, Public Affairs and Operations and Languages Canada, for being here and all your support. We hope you enjoy today's topic, and please feel free to contact us via chat with any comments or concerns you may have once the session has ended. Thank you in advance for your participation and for your time. The turn is yours, Magali.
Thank you, Laura. Good morning, everyone. Buenos días para todos. Hay nombres que reconozco acá. Bonjour à tous. So I would like first to thank ASCUN for this opportunity to talk about this agreement that was signed in pre-pandemic times. It seems a long time now, and I'm glad we can now start working together jointly with ASCUN, Languages Canada, and some of Languages Canada members. So I prepared a very, very short presentation. I didn't know it was in English, but so my slides are in Spanish. And I just wanted to do a very brief overview of Canada, Canada's landscape on languages, and mentioning some of the initiatives that have been going on between Colombia and Canada. I'm sure for many of your institutions in Colombia and in the process of internationalization, the first obstacle for more developments of different aspects of internationalization, language comes first, language learning and language proficiency. Canada is an officially bilingual country, and it has become one of the top destinations for Colombian students, Colombian professionals to go and study in Canada or online. We saw an increase in online learning over the pandemic. In total, Colombia is country source number 6 of students to Canada, so that's a great record, and it's quite impressive given the size of the population of Colombia. So it means that there's a lot of interest from Colombia to learn either English or French in Canada. Here today I put a different map on the slide. A lot of people know that Canada is bilingual, and so what does it mean? It means that overall in Canada, the population, 17% of the population is fully bilingual. So it's 1/5, almost. 23% of the population is francophone. Most of them live in the province of Quebec. And on this map, it's a map of the francophone communities in Canada. So sometimes we have the idea that in Canada, French is spoken mainly in Quebec. But as you can see, all the dots, all the flags also mean that those are francophone communities all across Canada. So you have many different options in Canada to learn French in an Anglophone environment, and the other way around as well. I don't know if it's something that you knew, so I just wanted to mention it so you have a clear picture of this fact that Canada is bilingual, and we have different types of opportunities for language learning in Canada. Also, I wanted to mention that this letter of intent, this agreement between Languages Canada and ASCUN allows many different things. Some institutions in Colombia are already working with specific Languages Canada members. Some of them work on specific programs for teacher training. English as a medium of instruction, it has become one of the main focus for some institutions, investing in the training of their teachers. So that's something that Canada does very well, and there are a lot of opportunities to do that online, in Canada, hybrid as well. So that's maybe something that's good to know for you. And also, there are a lot of opportunities to sign specific agreements or work on tailor-made programs, agreements for your students. Recently, an agreement was signed between the Universidad EAN and Queen's University School of English in Ontario, and they customized a program on sustainable development goals, so English and courses and cultural components related to sustainable development goals. So that's the type of agreements that can be discussed and signed with each individual Languages Canada members. So I just wanted to bring some examples. And I don't want to take too much time with this short presentation. I just also wanted to mention that the government of Canada has an online platform for education in Canada. It's bilingual content. You can have information in English or in French. And during the pandemic, we have included more material. So that's also can be useful for the English language teachers, French language teachers at your institutions. We have material related to arts in Canada, for example. You can also visit some specific areas virtually and visit some campuses too. So we feel that it's a good tool for the academic communities to get to know Canada better, have access to online open resources. So that's something you can use. And also when you have students or faculty members or administrative staff interested in studying in Canada, they can go on this website and have access to very useful information, and it's official information. So that's something I wanted to share also with you today. And so for the participants who don't know me, I'm the Education Trade Commissioner here at the embassy, the Canadian Embassy in Bogota. You can contact me if you want to reach out to academic institutions, universities, colleges, schools, and I'm here to help you connect and sign partnerships or look for specific partners if you have some specific projects. So I leave it to Rachel, I think, and thank you. Thank you again for the invitation.
Thank you so much, and buenos dias a todos. Bonjour tout le monde. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you and to be here with ASCUN. My name is Rachel Lindsay. I'm the Director of Public Affairs and Operations with Languages Canada. Thank you, Magali. It's nice to see you again, and to Tony and Anderson College for the invitation. So I'm going to give a very brief overview of Languages Canada and some of the historical work that we've done with ASCUN, which Magali has already spoken about a bit before passing it over to Tony. So I'll share my screen. Can you see the presentation? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Languages Canada is Canada's national association for accredited English and French language education programs. We have 210 member programs across Canada, from the far east coast to the far west coast, and all communities in between. Our private sector members are private language schools, and public members are the English and French language programs located within Canadian public colleges and universities. On both a domestic and international landscape, Canada is recognized as a symbol of excellence and quality assurance for English and French language programs in Canada. So our members offer a very diverse range of academic options, English and French for general purposes, for academic purposes. A lot of our members offer academic pathway programs, or very specific types of English or French language programs to help to prepare students for success in business, nursing, engineering, etc. So a lot of customized programs that are very specific to an academic or professional discipline. Preparation for a number of different types of language tests, youth and summer camp types of programs here within Canada. A lot of our programs offer supplementary volunteering or community-based activities where students can apply their language skills in that real-life context. And something that I'll talk a little bit more about in a few minutes is some of the more sort of customized programs that Languages Canada members can offer to help to support some of the English and French language education capacity building, to help to support those internationalization at home or professional development types of objectives. And Magali did refer to some of those, but I'll get a little bit further into that in a couple of slides. And just to say that particularly since the pandemic, that almost any program that is available within a Canadian classroom is now also available in a virtual format. So there's so many options now for virtual and distance language education programs. Languages Canada conducts a survey of our members every year to get some good data on international students, where they're coming from, how long they stay, etc. So just a few very, very brief points of information. In 2001, there were just over 57,000 international students studying at Languages Canada members, And as you can see, this is only about a third of what those numbers were in 2019, for very obvious reasons, although we're pleased to say that there's a great increase in the number of students who are mobile once again, as borders and restrictions open up. Oh, pardon me. And as you can see, actually, and Megali, you said, you pointed to Colombia being the 6th largest country of origin for language students in Canada. And that was certainly true in pre-pandemic. However, as you can see, actually, in 2021, last year, Colombia was the 2nd largest country of origin. So very, very strong demand from Colombian learners for English and French language studies in Canada. And this number includes both those students who would have studied in person in Canada as well as virtually. Just a word on the Languages Canada Quality Assurance Framework and accreditation, which I think is very important for international partners to really recognize what the stamp of Languages Canada membership means when you're entering into a partnership with a Languages Canada member, such as Anderson College, for example. So in order to become a member of the association, language programs, whether it be a small private school or the language program at McGill University or the University of Toronto, are all subject to accreditation and must abide by the Languages Canada Quality Assurance Framework, which provides assurances in areas of student admissions, administration, the curriculum, the teaching staff, and the credentials of the teaching staff. And so if anyone has more, is interested in learning more about the rigor of the accreditation scheme, then all of that information is available on the Languages Canada website at languagescanada.ca. Similarly, pardon me, my mouse is very trigger happy here. Languages Canada members are committed to student protection. So students who study within Languages Canada members are protected by the Education Completion Assurance Program, which effectively means that if for some unforeseen reason a Languages Canada member school is to close while a student is studying, that Languages Canada will place the student at a comparable program within another LC member program at no cost to the student. And also Languages Canada members also contribute to the Student Education Assurance Fund, which effectively means that if there were, if we could not find a comparable program for the student, that they would be fully refunded. So their investment would be protected. So again, just another mark of the commitment to quality and student protection that all Languages Canada members abide by. This is where I wanted to just point to some of the ways that that Languages Canada members cooperate with international institutional partners. And this could be government partners or academic institutions or even private sector companies. And this is really helping to support that internationalization of academic institutions or labor force development, employee skill development, etc. So LC members can engage in a number of different types of capacity building programs for English and or French language education delivery, including the use of English as a medium of instruction, which I know is quite a high priority for a number of institutions who are looking for ways to internationalize your campuses. In-service professional development for English and or French language educators, administrators, policymakers, and teachers. And just as a small example of one way that we've worked with international partners in this respect, we have an agreement with the state of Paraná in Brazil, and we brought the 7. So that program has 7 public state-funded universities, which are all part of the initiative, and the English language program administrators all came to Canada for 3 weeks and conducted a study tour where they visited a number of different Languages Canada member programs to learn about different pedagogical approaches and sat in on classrooms and whatnot. So that type of professional development experience. We have done a number work with research-based institutions and research organizations to help to equip researchers for success with very specific English or French skills that can help to support them in writing, presentation skills, terminology, etc. Also a number of customized mobility programs, so working with institutions to identify the right Languages Canada members to welcome cohorts of students. And as I mentioned, a number of programs are available virtually. So as has been already referenced by Magali, Languages Canada and ASCUN were cooperating through 2019 pre-pandemic. We delivered in partnership with the English School of Canada, another one of Languages Canada members. We delivered a Canada-Colombia workshop on language education and internationalization hosted at Escuela Colombiana de Ingeniería Julio Garavito in Bogota. And I don't know if Pablo is on the line, but that was a great success. You can see the photo there from that event, which was really sort of the first dialogue of this nature, focusing on the role of language education and helping to support internationalization. And from that, which was in April of 2019, Languages Canada and ASCUN signed a letter of intent in Bogota at the CAIE, at the Conference of the Americas for International Education in October of 2019, again, for the purpose of enriching institutional internationalization, supporting two-way mobility, etc. So very much looking forward to reigniting that relationship with ASCUN, and very excited to hear that Anderson College has also expanded on this letter of intent to grow collaboration between the college and ASCUN members. So there's some contact information. Please do not hesitate to reach out. And on that note, I will pass the mic over to my colleague, Tony. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, Rachel. And thank you very much, Laura and Magali for, I think it was Magali that introduced us originally at the CBIE conference. And thank you for putting this together today, Laura. So I won't take too long. I'm going to go through a presentation I put together and basically to introduce ourselves to everyone here. You can just bear with me for one sec. So I'll introduce who we are and what we do a little bit. So today we'll cover a few different things. Who you will meet today, a little bit about Anderson College, a brief introduction, different language programs that we have at Anderson College, the benefits to ASCUN members, benefits of Toronto and Canada for international students, and the next steps. I believe that's Lydia.
Sí, buenas, un placer saludarles a todos y mi nombre es Lidia Sarubi, estoy trabajando con Anderson College unos cuantos años, pero es un honor estar aquí y estar presentando este programa. So welcome everyone and thank you so much for this.
So who you will meet today on the journey Myself, I'm the Director of Strategic Initiatives at the college, and am involved in running the English program at Anderson College. And I'll let Stephanie and Eliana and Lydia introduce themselves. Stephanie.
Hello, I'm Stephanie. I'm one of the instructors at Anderson. And Eliana.
Okay,
Liana is trying to open her microphone, but we can't hear her.
Liana, are you there?
Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes.
Sorry. My name is Ileana, and I'm the administrative assistant in Anderson College. Nice to meet you.
Y ya me presenté yo, soy Lidia Sarubi, un placer, and it's a great pleasure to be here with everyone.
We have other team members who aren't with us today, but a few of our instructors and admissions people. So a little bit about Anderson College. We've been around for over 40 years. We have 6 locations currently in Ontario, although that's growing right now. 1 in British Columbia as well. We are a member of Languages Canada and authorized by EduCanada and the Council of Ministers of Education Canada. We have health, business, and technology diploma programs registered with the Ministry of Colleges and Universities here in Ontario, and partnerships with a variety of colleges and universities, both local and international. Lydia?
Yes, para darles nomás un poco en español también, un poco de historia de Anderson College. Hemos estado en el mercado por 40 años. En este momento tenemos 5 campuses que está creciendo rápidamente y uno en British Columbia. Es miembro de Languages Canada. Estamos un programa autorizado por EduCanada y el Consejo de Ministros de Educación de Canadá. Ofrecemos varios programas de diplomado en salud, negocios y tecnología, inscritos en el Ministerio de Colegios y Universidades de Ontario. También trabajamos en asociación con otros colegios y universidades locales e internacionales.
So as you've heard, we are a member of Languages Canada, and we became a member 1 year ago. So during the pandemic, and teaching virtual during the pandemic. Did you have any other slides, Rachel, or anything you wanted to cover, or did you go through everything?
I think I've gone through everything. I mean, I can talk for a long time, but I have no more slides. Yeah.
Okay.
Bueno, Language Canada, tienen ustedes la versión en inglés y también un poco en español, así que todos pueden leer y comprenderlo.
We have an IELTS test venue at 2 of our locations in North York and Mississauga. We are also a network partner with CALE and CELPIP, which are for language testing. CALE is an academic test for college and university applications, and CELPIP is primarily for immigration purposes in Canada.
Ofrecemos los programas de CAEL, que viene a ser un programa diseñado para estudiantes que planean ingresar a la universidad, a los colleges, y también el de CELPIC, ¿verdad? Que es el Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program, que también está diseñado para los propósitos de inmigración, refugiados o ciudadanía.
EduCanada, you've already heard a little bit about, so I don't need to go through that again. At Anderson College, we feel that we're an ideal destination for many international students. We have campuses in downtown, central, and north Toronto, as well as outside the city. All of the campus locations are within walking distance, either of the financial district, all with shopping, restaurants, and a variety of tourist attractions. Toronto is also considered one of the safest cities in the world. So students are able to go out and explore and learn and enjoy everything that Toronto has to offer. It's also the most multicultural city in the world. There's a lot of different international festivals in Toronto, especially in the summertime.
No sé si Ileana quiere entrar ahí a conversar o hago esta última parte. Bueno, Anderson College es un destino ideal, ¿verdad? Se considera un lugar muy internacional, mucha gente, y todos nuestros colleges están en la línea fácil de conexión a través del subway o de buses, y está en la zona de downtown, vamos a decir.
So one of our main locations is right downtown Toronto. It's on a street called Bloor Street, which is in the downtown area, very accessible. So that's to show you a little bit around the campus location and what goes on inside. I think it's a good opportunity for people when they're learning English to be exposed to people that are studying other programs as well. It may be that they're interested in healthcare themselves or are studying healthcare or business or legal programs. So they have the exposure to students in the school that are studying the other areas as well. We have another location at Yonge and Eglinton, which is very central. And the other main location is in a place called North York, which is really just the north part of Toronto, again, on the subway line and very accessible. So we're looking to establish partnerships to build institutional relationships to promote teaching, language learning, and increase mobility of students between Canada and Colombia. And we have hands-on learning at our schools. And the students have the opportunity to experience food, shopping, and all the other amenities around the schools. And currently we have virtual classes, and we'll continue with the virtual classes even as the health situation changes.
Ileana, te doy el placer de darlo en español.
Hola, hola a todos, ¿me escuchan?
Te escuchamos.
Ok. Bueno, nuestra finalidad ahora mismo es poder afianzar las relaciones institucionales entre la enseñanza de los idiomas y poder aumentar la movilidad de los estudiantes y los profesores entre Canadá y Colombia. Ahora mismo todas las clases de nosotros están virtuales, pero pronto vamos a tener clases presenciales.
So the language programs that we have, we're innovative. We're using technology. For example, we have an online speaking assessment, so people are able to record their voice, and we send a report back to them. We're going to be implementing that more on the academic side shortly. We're using it now for marketing, and we want to use it more in academics as well.
Nosotros estamos utilizando la tecnología para iniciar con todas las presentaciones. El primer paso es los estudiantes graban hacen una grabación en línea para la evaluación oral, y ya cuando nosotros lo recibimos, le enviamos un reporte de su grabación.
So when the person records their voice, we send them back a report card that tells them about their general language level, skill level in speaking. So they might be a stage 1 pre-intermediate or an intermediate, or whichever level they're at. So students can do that from anywhere currently, anywhere in the world. So if they want to do it in Colombia and record their voice, we can send them back a report card.
Como le había mencionado, luego de que ustedes completen su evaluación oral, nosotros le enviamos un reporte donde dice básicamente cuál es el nivel que le corresponde, si es preintermedio, intermedio o principiante.
And the levels that we determine the classes by, there's a number of different levels in the Canadian language benchmark system. So we look at the skill level of the student to place them in the right class.
Ya luego que le indicamos el nivel que le corresponde, utilizamos esta banda de CLB para poder incluirlo en la clase que le corresponda según el nivel.
We have a variety of courses for students, general English at different levels, beginner, pre-intermediate, intermediate. We're running a high intermediate currently as well. Usually by the higher intermediate, the student wants to do other types of English learning, maybe for academics or for career or something like that. Summer intensive programs, pathway programs, general French, beginner and pre-intermediate levels.
Para los estudiantes, nosotros tenemos diferentes cursos. Tenemos el inglés general, que va desde el nivel básico, luego el preintermedio, nivel intermedio, nivel intermedio alto. También tenemos los programas intensivos de verano. Tenemos educación superior, que ya es inglés a nivel profesional. Y tenemos el francés general, que va desde principiante hacia los niveles preintermedios.
Variety of programs for teachers and researchers. They can focus on their industry or profession and learn the correct terminology, how to use English in conversation, business report writing, proposals, a wide variety of things. So English for academic purposes, for specific purposes or teaching English as a second language.
Por otro lado, tenemos los cursos para los profesores, para que puedan desarrollar la confianza y tener vocabulario correcto en inglés para la conversación. En ese sentido, le ofrecemos inglés con fines académicos, el inglés para fines específicos y la enseñanza de inglés como segundo idioma. Eso para los profesores.
English for careers, so very practical for people to write resumes, have job interview skills. So when they're looking for a job, preparation for the proficiency tests, such as IELTS, and French language skills for academics and career.
Esto ya es en general para todos. Tenemos el inglés profesional, que básicamente donde se puede reescribir, redactar, revisar el currículum vitae y poder tener habilidades para conseguir entrevistas de trabajo, la preparación para las pruebas de inglés como es el IELTS, el CELFIP, y las habilidades del idioma francés para niveles académicos y profesionales.
And we can customize programs if you're looking for something specific for your university or college, how we can help your students and faculty. And we have special pricing for ASCUN members. And I think we had some bursaries that we're launching as well.
Y claro, obviamente tenemos también programas personalizados para su institución. Ya vamos a estar informándole sobre algunos precios especiales que tenemos para los miembros de ASCUN y poder comunicarnos a través ya de las plataformas.
Stephanie, do you want to talk, you can cover it in a bit. So we have general English for all different levels, beginner, pre-intermediate, intermediate, and high intermediate, covering the, based on the Canadian language benchmark system or the European system. We tell people with the different skills of English, we do a portfolio-based language assessment and learning for the students, so they keep a portfolio of their work as they're learning English.
Ok, pues yo soy Stephanie, soy una de las instructoras de inglés aquí en Anderson. Nada más para explicarles un poco en español cómo funcionan un poco las clases y los niveles. Pues ahorita tenemos los 4 niveles: principiante, pre-intermedio, intermedio, intermedio alto. Hay un enfoque grande para la gente porque obviamente muchos estudian en Colombia y luego lo que quieren es practicar para hablar. Entonces hacemos mucho enfoque para desarrollar esta parte de hablar, interactuar en inglés y en cosas como en la escuela, en sus trabajos. Y luego también hacemos una variedad de estilos de aprendizaje. También hacemos un enfoque muy grande que trabajan juntos en grupos, hacen juegos de roles, hacen muchas discusiones, presentaciones, tareas y mucho más en un clase grupal y divertido. Enfoquemos mucho en mejorar la comunicación en inglés en los 4 habilidades: escuchar, hablar, leer y escribir. Las clases ahorita, como son en línea, son muy interactivas y participativas, con ejemplos del mundo real en una variedad de disciplinas. También hacemos una evaluación. Ahorita se hacen con uno de los instructores para que también hacen un portafolio y cuando empiezan y cuando terminan, ve qué tanto mejoraron. Entonces, esta evaluación sirve mucho para esto. Y también adquirir habilidades de trabajo en equipo y liderazgo participando en proyectos grupales. Entonces, salen con muchas habilidades extras aparte del inglés.
We have speaking classes for students so they can practice their English speaking. We call it the Conversation Cafe. It's a nice, casual, relaxed type of environment, and they can gain confidence in speaking, basically. which is a unique program.
Bueno, ya aparte de estas clases en general que tenemos para aprender, también están las clases conversacionales, es el Conversation Café. Ya aquí se reúnen de una manera como más relajada, un ambiente más informal, y le permite a ustedes, los estudiantes, poder ganar confianza y fluidez, desarrollar la capacidad de expresar opiniones, formular argumentos persuasivos y desarrollar la capacidad para dar información detallada en un instante específico.
We have IELTS preparation as well for people that need to do IELTS. I don't think we need to cover the slide twice necessarily. So English proficiency test preparation. Also, we have CALE and CELPIP, so people can learn the Canadian specific testing and how to prepare for those. We have a fee schedule, so I don't think we need to run through all of the fees necessarily, and it's probably difficult to see the fee schedule. We can send it out to you. Our pricing is very competitive in the marketplace in Toronto. The full-time in-class runs, for example, 36 weeks is $10,000 tuition, just as an example off the tuition schedule, but we can email that out too. So the full-time in class, we run Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. Tuition drops slightly based on the number of weeks and commitment. I think probably more important for the University Association, we can customize courses, and they're charged at $300 a week. So basically the full-time tuition, we can customize the courses at that pricing level.
Esta es una de las clases que es la de tiempo completo a nivel presencial y van desde 12 semanas empezando hasta 48 o más tiempo. Pero lo más importante en este sentido es que para ustedes tenemos un costo personalizado de $300 a la semana.
We have part-time classes as well. And again, we can email the information out for the breakdown in pricing and stuff, but the customizing is based off the full-time pricing. The IELTS virtual classes that we're currently running, conversation cafe classes. Stephanie, do you want to introduce this?
Okay. Aquí vamos a ver como una muestra de la clase que es en línea ahorita que estamos haciendo. Entonces aquí creo que trae unos clips de dos diferentes clases, de dos niveles diferentes.
We're going to do the test for Unit 7. I'm going to start with the game. I already put the link in the chat. You had a better job.
We would be able to buy a new car.
That is a second condition, right?
Yeah, so this one is called Boys Night Out. Does anyone remember what happened in episode 3?
Yes, I remember.
What happened?
The girl was so annoying.
Yeah.
What girl?
Yeah.
What was her name?
Rob.
Jenny?
Yeah.
Blaine, I'm not going to make it. I'm really sorry.
Rob, it's a very important meeting.
Jenny, have you seen Rob? I wanted to have a word with him before the meeting.
He just called to say he can't make it.
So it's called Unexpected Events. It's about indirect questions. So, what do you think is happening in these three pictures here? We have Jenny.
He was surprised because Rob told her
Does anyone know what this is called?
that
Just So now we're going to practice asking politely for information. So we're going to practice indirect questions. Okay. So I've emailed everyone 2 different sets of questions. One is for student A, so it's at lunchtime. So I've emailed everyone these 2. One is titled student A and one is student B. Pick whichever one you want. If you're going to ask a stranger a question, more polite to ask indirectly. Or especially, maybe Jenny has doubts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so here we have some extracts from the conversation.
Could you tell me why Paul is still in your apartment?
Did you do any homework today?
I did.
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
You were saying it correctly, sorry.
Yes, I fast going to home and
So say, can you say that again?
I fast come back to home.
I came
I-
back.
Yes, I came back to home for
Leo, how was your day?
Good evening.
Hi.
Very good. Yeah, very good day today. Very nice. Raining today. Today, full day raining.
Anything to add about the classes, Stephanie?
No, I think
Okay.
that's a good example.
So students are exposed to a multifaceted learning environment. They're immersed in cultural and language learning. Campuses are in professional buildings, so they have the opportunity to interact with business people. And we have other programs at the campuses, so they can interact with those students as well that are studying healthcare, business, legal programs, technology.
Los estudiantes están expuestos a un entorno de aprendizaje multifacético, están cerca de edificios profesionales donde pueden interactuar con empresas. Lo más importante, están inmersos también en la cultura, como Toronto es una ciudad multicultural, además de que otros programas ofrecidos en el campus, como atención médica, negocios, derecho, los estudiantes pueden interactuar con esas personas.
We have a Learning English Pack, so books and online resources. We're currently using Oxford University Press. We look at other resources as well. We provide students with Microsoft Office 365. We have a vocabulary kit, which includes an app for Android and a vocabulary journal.
Este es uno de los kits de estudiantes que reciben al tener la membresía, como libros y recursos en línea de Oxford, kit de vocabulario de Microsoft Office 365, que incluye para la aplicación de Android, y un diario de vocabulario.
And then how and when will you study? Online, in person, part-time or full-time, morning or afternoon or evening, weekdays, weekend. And I presume that if people are coming up from Colombia, they're here to study in person and full-time, but we keep options open, and some people like the idea of doing some virtual before coming to Canada. They can learn a little bit of English. They could start into their English program before they actually travel up here.
Bueno, esto es muy importante, cómo y cuándo van a estudiar. Como ya lo hemos mencionado, tenemos la clase en línea o presencial. Hay tiempo parcial o tiempo completo, mañana, tarde, noche, hay días laborables o fines de semana. Entendemos que a ustedes de Colombia le interesará la parte en línea, perdón, presencial, pero también tenemos la parte en línea si les interesa.
The benefits to ASCUN members, we can customize programs in English or French. The opportunity to travel between Colombia and Canada. We are offering a special tuition rate of 40% reduction on all programs. I know Laura and I had mentioned we would do 25%. I thought we should come into this a little bit more aggressive. So we're offering 40% as a tuition reduction for ASCUN members specifically. So you'd have to indicate that. Any bookings before September 30th, which might be a little bit ambitious, we'll add an additional 10% tuition rate reduction. We can look at extending that possibly. And we have 3 bursaries in 2022 valued at up to $5,000 tuition each. So specific to tuition. And I think that's important. Our tuition rates are pretty good. I mentioned before, we're competitive in the marketplace. We're a little bit lower typically than a lot of the other schools, but we want to offer, build our branding internationally. So we're offering good tuition rates.
Bueno, estos son los beneficios para los miembros de ustedes, para ustedes, los miembros de ASCUN, perdón. Como les mencioné, los programas personalizados de inglés o francés, pero también tenemos que los miembros de ASCUN van a recibir descuentos especiales en todos los programas. Los costos se van a reducir hasta un 40% de descuento. Además de que todas las personas que hagan reserva de viaje entre Colombia y Canadá antes del 30 de septiembre van a recibir un descuento adicional del 10%. O sea que van a tener el 40% más este 10% de descuento. Y aparte de eso, Anderson College les va a proporcionar a ASCUN 3 becas este año, valoradas hasta $5,000 de matrícula cada una.
So traveling to Canada, we welcome international students. We believe they're getting a superior educational experience. Our student ambassadors help guide them and mentor them when they're arriving in Toronto. And there's different health services. So special health insurance coverage. When you're in the country, you have to have health coverage. So we set up with the health coverage, and we have a 24/7 telephone and chat support line as well.
Algo muy importante que no van a estar solos como estudiantes internacionales. Nosotros le damos la bienvenida. Van a tener una persona como los embajadores o asesores que los van a guiar aquí en Toronto. Van a tener una experiencia educativa superior que les va a permitir tener, regresar a su país con esta experiencia de otro país, específicamente Canadá, y el servicio de salud, que es Story Insure, incluye programas de apoyo estudiantil y bienestar mental 24 horas, los 7 días de la semana.
And we have a good community at the campuses. Our faculty and staff are very committed in their work and helping students. So the international students are getting, I think, the support that they need when they're away from home.
Bueno, como les digo, realmente no van a estar solos. Tenemos una comunidad que siempre va a estar dispuesto a ayudarles, a responder sus preguntas y que le va a hacer sentir a ustedes como que están en casa.
Toronto is a popular destination for international students. It's the largest city in Canada, 4th largest in North America. It's one of the world's most multicultural cities. There's more than 70 ethnic groups, 150 different languages that are spoken. The Safe City Index of 2021 rates Toronto as the 2nd safest city in the world behind Copenhagen. I think that's important for students coming into the city. And we've got very diverse neighborhoods in Toronto, Chinatown, Koreatown, Little Italy, Portugal Village, Greek Town, and other multicultural areas as well.
Toronto, como ustedes saben, es un destino popular para muchos estudiantes internacionales. Es la ciudad más grande de Canadá y la 4ª en América del Norte. Es una de las ciudades más multiculturales del mundo, con más de 70 grupos étnicos y 150 idiomas, dialectos. O sea, ustedes van caminando y escuchan diferentes personas, diferentes idiomas. O sea, es muy interesante. Es una de las ciudades más seguras a nivel mundial. Y tenemos diversos barrios, incluyendo Chinatown, Koreatown, Pequeña Italia y otros más.
I mentioned the Safe Cities Index. So Copenhagen was rated #1 and Toronto #2, which should give some assurance to people that are traveling as international students into Toronto.
Es importante que ustedes sepan, como les mencionamos, que Toronto es una de las ciudades más seguras a nivel mundial. Realmente ocupó el segundo lugar como la ciudad más segura en el 2021, según un informe que se realizó en Economist Intelligence Unit. Ocupó el segundo lugar después de Copenhagen.
There was also a Women in Cities ranking by Bloomberg Business Week. They looked at 15 major cities around the world, and Toronto scored #1 in the ranking for that.
Este es otro estudio que se realizó reciente y analizó 15 de las principales ciudades, y en este caso Toronto ocupó el primer lugar con una puntuación de 3.66 sobre las otras ciudades, con un desempeño favorable en seguridad, igualdad y disposiciones de maternidad.
Toronto Airport was listed as one of the best airports in North America in 2021, along with Vancouver and Houston. There's a number that are on the list, but the Toronto Airport came out on the list as one of the top airports.
Toronto también está ubicado o tiene dentro de los mejores aeropuertos de América del Norte. Ocupó el tercer lugar, igual a Vancouver, que es el primer lugar.
Toronto Airport's been named best large airport in North America, serving more than 40 million passengers, apparently for the 4th year in a row. So it's been highly touted. And also best hygiene measures by region, which in these times is important.
El aeropuerto de Toronto también ha sido nombrado como el gran mejor aeropuerto de América del Norte. Más de 40 millones de pasajeros por 4º año consecutivo. El premio lo proviene del programa de calidad de servicio aeroportuario, y también fue coronado como el receptor inaugural de las mejores medidas de higiene en América del Norte.
There's also comfort. There's a diverse population in Toronto. So if people are looking for food like back home for a while or at some point, so next steps, I think I missed a video there. All right, well, I guess that was most of the presentation. I'm trying to take the share off. I missed one video of activities outside of Toronto. So Niagara Falls is very popular. There's different popular areas outside of the city as well. So there's a lot of activities for international students coming into Toronto. So any questions?
Thank you, Tony. Yes, Luz del Mar Linares shared to us one question, if I may, to read it from you to you. Many thanks to the panel. I've got a question, please. As most of higher education institutions and other institutions in Colombia align with the CEFR as the international standard for level evaluation, certification, etc., will you perhaps have the scorecard equivalent of the Canadian English level against the CEFR?
Yes, we do an equivalency table or chart. In fact, the resources that we are currently using are based on CEFR. Oxford University Press is out of the UK. So we actually provide the equivalencies for here to put that into the Canadian language benchmark system. So yes.
Excellent. I don't know if Rachel, do you have anything to add? Or
No, that was a perfect answer. Thanks, Tony.
okay, thank you. And that's the only question in the chat. So I don't know, does anyone else want to ask something? Okay, but I will explain the way how we are going to work. And as we do with all our partners, we will share all the information with our higher education institutions. But if anyone else is interested in Anderson College, you could reach them directly. They already has our list of ASCUN members. So you can just contact them and ask for the benefits or anything you want to know. ASCUN will be always the interlocutor between Anderson College and our members. And well, we will share the info through our newsletter or, you know, by email. And we will be exploring options to organize an academic mission, summer courses, or different activities. We make the call and organize all the logistics. So I hope this meeting was very hopeful, and all the information create the interest to all of you to reach Anderson College and to share with your students, your academics, and your research. Entonces, espero que todos hayan disfrutado este webinar. La sesión quedó grabada, así que compartiremos el material para que puedan igualmente enviarlo a todos los equipos de trabajo de sus instituciones. Y también compartiremos la presentación y toda la información que dimos en este espacio. I think anyone else is...
There's a question here about the scholarships that you mentioned, Tony.
Yes. Sandra says, sorry, I'm not sure if I heard about this in the presentation, but I would like to know how it is going to work, the process for the selection of the 3 scholarships for ASCUN members.
That's a great question. I don't see that question there, but it's a good question. We haven't worked out the logistics around it. And I think maybe that's something that Laura and we should have a conversation about that so that we have a specific process in place.
Yes, thank you, Tony. Sí, Sandra, de hecho, lo vamos a revisar con Tony y con Luisa también para definir cuál será la estrategia para entregar esas becas. Y pues, por supuesto, les estaremos informando cuáles serán las condiciones y los requisitos para ello. Okay, Tony, Lynn, Rachel, thank you very much.
Thank you, Laura.
We are very excited to this new partnership. Thank you for being here, for your patience, and for your interest to work with us. And we will see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Laura.
Have a great day. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
you too.
Rachel, bye.
Hasta luego. Muchas gracias a todos.